In a cozy little town, where the sun always seemed to shine a little brighter, there lived a boy named Anish. Now, Anish was what you'd call a pro at procrastination. If there was a championship for putting things off, he'd win it hands down. His room was a perpetual mess, and his to-do list was more like a to-do someday list. Anish is always a mess, so sometimes, his mom barges in his room with a determined look on her face.
Anish, this has got to stop.
She exclaimed, waving around a pile of dirty laundry.
You need to start taking responsibility and being more proactive.
She always says that, but Anish never takes her words seriously. One summer afternoon, as Anish lounged on his bed, scrolling through endless memes on his phone, suddenly, some of his friends came in his room. They had came to give Anish some notes from his school, because Anish hadn't been going to school for quite a few days. Perhaps Anish's mother had sent them to his room. When Anish suddenly saw them, in his room, he felt very embarrassed and uneasy. Because at that time, both Anish and his room were in a very messy and untidy condition. Among them, there was also that girl whom Anish liked. They gave those notes to Anish and then quickly left. Anish was left alone, feeling shocked. He had never felt so humiliated and embarrassed before. He started feeling very insignificant. Anish made a pledge to himself, that he would change himself in such a way, that he would never have to feel humiliated like this again. First, he tackled his messy room. He sorted through the chaos, tossing out old junk and organizing the rest and washing his dirty clothes. Surprisingly, it felt great to have a clean and tidy space. Next up was his schoolwork. Instead of leaving assignments until the last minute, Anish started planning ahead. He broke down big projects into smaller tasks and set deadlines for himself. It took some effort, but seeing his grades improve made it all worthwhile. As Anish began to take charge of his responsibilities, he noticed a change in himself. He felt more confident and in control. He started helping out around the house without being asked, and even took up a part-time job to earn some extra cash. But the biggest transformation came when Anish joined a community gardening project. At first, he was hesitant, thinking it would be too much work. However, as he dug his hands into the soil, and watched seeds he planted grow into beautiful flowers and vegetables, he discovered a newfound sense of purpose. The more involved he became, the more he realized that being responsible wasn't just about getting things done, it was about making a positive impact on the world around him. Years went by, and Anish grew into a responsible young man, admired by everyone in the town. He no longer dreaded responsibilities, but embraced them as opportunities to make a difference. And as he looked back on his lazy days, he couldn't help but smile at how far he had come. So, if you ever feel like procrastinating or putting things off, just remember Anish's story. And with a little determination and a lot of action, even the laziest of us can transform into responsible, proactive individuals, ready to take on the world.